Well, the day has finally arrived. I've now got a full, unrestricted motorcycle license. Hell yeah. And to celebrate, I'm taking this bad boy for a spin. 2016 Yamaha MT-09. Let's go. Here we go! Oh mama! Okay, here we are, 2016 MT-09. I'm not actually going to review this bike thoroughly because there's a lot of reviews already on the MT-09 and I don't really have anything to add. And coming straight off a restricted bike, I think everything's going to feel pretty incredible at this point. But what I did want to do in this video is say a little thank you actually. So I had this idea a little while back that when I got to 600 subscribers, I would take my first ride on a 600 Super Sport and do my thank you on that bike. But then I got to 600 before I got my full license. So now it's kind of like somewhere between 600 and 1000 thank you video. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing an interest. The test ride videos have actually proved really popular, like beyond my expectations, totally. I just started it as a bit of fun because I saw an opportunity to make a few videos for new riders to try and give them something a bit more informative to go on. But yeah, to those of you who are subscribed, thank you for showing an interest. I really appreciate it. It's so much fun talking to people about their next bike, hearing people's feedback on my videos to help me improve. While I'm on that subject as well, I wanted to do a little shout out to a chap named Keyboardheroics. If you're watching, mate, g'day, how you doing? I want to do a shout out to Keyboardheroics because he was my first ever subscriber. We had a chat under one of his videos. He must have had a look at my channel, which at the time had very little on it. And he showed the faith. A true believer. So thanks, mate. Thanks for showing some belief. So yeah, I'm kind of losing track of where I'm up to because I'm having so much fun on this bike, but the first point of this video is to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in, showing an interest. I will continue to make videos. I'm enjoying it, so I'm going to keep at it whilst ever I'm having fun with it. More videos to come. And this test ride is the start of my search for the next bike, basically. I've got a few I want to try out. And yeah, MT-09 was first cab off the rank. So what else am I going to test? What else am I interested in? Well, I'm going to go try out a street triple because everybody says they're amazing. So street triple, definitely on the cards. I want to try a Daytona 675 to see what the difference is like between the street triple and the full sports version. I'm also going to try a GSXR 600 because it's available. Also, this might sound silly, but in Australia, a GSXR is nearly a third cheaper than a Daytona. So we're not talking like a couple $100. We're talking like $5,000 or $6,000 difference in Australia between a GSXR 600 and a Daytona 675. You can get a GSXR 750 for cheaper than you can get a Daytona 675. So if I get on the GSXR 600 and I can't tell the damn difference and I can save myself $5,000, you can see where I'm going with this. I think it's definitely worth looking into. So yeah, Daytona, GSXR, Street triple. I would love to ride a 636 if I can get my hands on one. We shall see. Okay, I've got a bit of time here. Maybe I will have a crack at giving you my impressions of this bike. So tip it through this corner and see what it feels like. That is mind-blowing. Like, that is truly mind-blowing to someone who's only ridden a 50 horsepower bike. What 115 horsepower feels like. It's incredible. It's just so effortless. It's like the bike doesn't weigh anything. It's just all engine. And this triple, 850cc triple, it's just got bags in reserve. Another thing I'd be interested to know is whether they made any changes to the suspension for the 2016 model, because the older versions had a reputation as being too softly sprung and too underdamped, which created too much yaw back to front. People said, it felt very pogo-y, didn't inspire confidence in the corners. And yeah, I can definitely feel a bit of like pitch to the front under brakes, but it doesn't feel as bad as I imagined from reading about it, to be honest. So maybe based on people's feedback, they have actually made a few changes and firmed things up a bit. So like I was saying before, this is like my first ride since coming off a restricted license. So my brain's just a bit fried with how good 115 horsepower feels. So maybe some other stuff that is a bit more familiar to me, I'll talk about that. If you haven't seen one of my videos before, I'm 6'6", which is like 2 meters. So that's pretty tall, right? And this bike is ridiculously comfortable for somebody of that height. Legs fit perfectly against the tank. The rider triangle's good. Being a naked bike, the handlebars are nice and upright as well. Ergonomically, this thing is a really good choice for a tall rider, I'll say that. In terms of features, you've now got 2-stage traction control as standard, ABS as standard, and you've still got those 3 power modes that have always been there as well. Alright, second gear, roll on acceleration. 100, just like that. It's like a half a turn of the wrist away. Absolutely outrageous. Anyway, I'm pleased to report that my maiden voyage on a big boy bike has not been a disaster. I've not axed myself. And what would I say about the MT-09? Well, when you don't have a lot to compare it to, it is wild. I'll just say that. Whoa. So there you have it, folks. MT-09. Effortless power, ridiculously comfy ergos, and now with traction control. So there you go.